right, it says, if my spouse is not doing what I think they should do, can I withhold sex from them?
First of all, I read this question the other day when you said, okay. So, I mean, I don't know, you can ask him like, this is what I technically, I don't have to do anything with anybody. That's just my personal opinion. Okay? If I don't want to, I don't want to. But for me to be like, you're not doing what I want you to do, so I'm not gonna have sex with you. To me, that's just stupid. That's just childish. It's just immature. Like, how come we can't just sit down and talk about why you're not doing what I want you to do, or what? Like, I just don't feel like. To me, that's petty. You know, like I just think to play that kind of game. Like, do people? I thought that was like stuff on TV. Like, people really do that? So yeah, people do that.
People really do that? Yeah.
I just feel like I'm much more gonna talk to you and say, this is how I feel, and let's get to the root of it. Because now we're just gonna throw another problem on a problem. Because sex, not having sex can definitely be a problem. So now we're gonna have two issues instead of one.
Hey, now you can't do that. Nope. I know this one because we dealt with this early. Hey, that's the only. You know when you got something. Oh yeah. When you got something that you want to get done, that's when you go to the word. I'll find the scripture. You know. Your body is not your own. Your body is not your own. You remember that? I know what makes your laugh. Your body is not your own. You cannot withhold it. No ma'am. Yeah, so we just stick by the book. We don't make up now, we stick by the book. And the reason why we stick by the book,
I'm gonna have to read that whole. I don't want you to take it out of context.
Hey, what is it?
1 Corinthians. I ain't gonna go to church, but I'm gonna read this.
Come on.
1 Corinthians 7:5-7. So do not withhold sex from one another unless you have both agreed to devote a certain period of time to prayer.
We ain't fasting. So give me.
And just this disclaimer, and that's only if we say if God is the head of our marriage. See, that's the reference we go back to. And she tripping like, hey, babe, that what that say right there. We gonna get that right. Come on, man, say something.
So what happens is really, just to piggyback on what they're saying, through the scripture, because that was where I was going to go, brother. But what happens is, if you do take that mind state, a lot of times, you give place to the devil. It's going to be bad. Because let's just be honest, men and women have needs, and in a marriage, one of your needs is intimacy. How you see into each other. So if there's no communication going on, and sex is a form of communication. It is. Okay? If there's no communication, and if that man or woman is in a vulnerable state, then what happens is you open up a port for the enemy to try to slide in, or somebody try to slide in their DM, or something like that, and say, hey, you know, and it happens. Let's just be honest. We sit up here on this panel. It happens. It happens. I'm just going to be honest. You know, and it happens a lot of times when you least expect it. You know, which goes back to the thing about social media, about your spouse having the ability to go in and see those things. But you just have to be really careful. I agree with the word, 100%. Fasting and prayer. Only time you should withhold it, and truth be told, that's because you're trying to get stronger in God. But other than that, you shouldn't be withholding from each other. And if you find yourself at a point where you're withholding, at least be man or woman enough to come to the table and talk about why you don't feel like being intimate at that moment. Because there are times when you have that rough argument or that rough patch in marriage where you may not see your spouse as your spouse. You may actually see her as like public enemy number one. Right now, I just wish I could throw some hot grits on you, but I can't. You know, because I'm not the one who got Al Green, but you know, it happens. But the best way to do that is to actually sit down again and communicate. And even if you have to have that simple conversation as to why you don't feel like sex is appropriate at this moment. Because there are times when you will try to shade it, and let's be honest, you know, when you've offended your spouse, and then you'll try to think that sex is going to make it better. Sex doesn't make it better. Fixing the issue makes it better. Am I making sense? Then you can have sex. That's better make it.
Hey, Dan, can I say something? To speak on something that I was immature in, I know, of course I do agree with scripture, I'm changing it, but one thing I do want to add is, one thing I had to learn about sex and marriage is, with guys, me personally, it don't take much. It don't take much. It's like, I think about this time, you know. But my wife, on the other end, she's like, no, we kind of got to build it to this thing. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I thought it just, you know. But what I understood, what I had to learn was what makes my wife get to that place where we both can be happy, you know. So I know that, you know, at about 5 o'clock, I want to see her about 2:30. I didn't start warming up. I'm like, this free game. I'm just trying to let you know. And some people mad because they ain't. It's because you ain't warming up. You just jumping straight in. And some women, and you know what's crazy? Some men are like, it ain't just limited to women, but I know for my woman, she like, hey, you know, we gotta kind of like make love throughout the day. You know, like text me that I look good, you know. Okay. So guys, I'm doing it.
Okay, I just wanted to answer real quick. I'm gonna say for women, because I don't know too many men that's withholding sex. But for women, I think women can use that sometimes just to get their way, and that can become witchcraft for real. It can become a form of manipulation. Like, I'm using this to get my way, and that's not. If you're into it, like Daniel was saying, the best thing to do is to talk. And also, men, you can't be like Jody. You know, baby boy, you can't just, you know, feel like that's the answer. Or you mad and let me put this on you. That's not going to solve anything either. It's good to come to the table. It's good to talk it out. Definitely pray it out. You know, pray about things. That, to me, that's everything. You know, to pray about things. I don't think it's good just to use sex as a weapon or as a form of control, because it truly is. That's manipulation, and that's not good, you know, because again, you know, like he was saying, it does open doors to other things, because that's not of God either, to just use it for manipulation. That's all I want to say on that.